How is everybody doing on this spectacular holiday week? Almost through with it. We only got the market open tomorrow. SPY's pushing up, so that's a good sign. SOPA pushing all the way to 22. Something about this I didn't realize until HH pointed out to me yesterday. This just IPO'd in November. I don't know what I was looking at, thinking this was more than a couple of months old. I didn't realize this was a recent IPO. So when I was looking at these EMAs, I was thinking this was over a whole year span. But there's not even 200 days yet for this to really be getting an accurate reading, or the 50-day for that matter. So if I would have known that, it would have been a little bit different yesterday. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I still locked in a profit on it. Let's see what else is going on. Don't like that. Let's see, AERC, that had another pop up. BFRI possibly going to try to break it again, maybe. Keep seeing this thing run. Kind of in pre-market or after hours, and then in the day it really has some trouble, but we'll see. We'll see. There is a bit of an uptrend that has started in the short term. We'll keep that one on watch. ALLK, this is that dead cat bounce. Starting to bounce. This is what I was looking for yesterday and couldn't bounce. So this one may be a possible play. Take that off. Dogs, not much going on there. MOBQ, nothing there. But yeah, I'm not seeing much else going on at the moment. SFT. Nah. Okay, SOPA's pulling back. There's some strong support on SOPA at 18. Looks like we may be trying to test 20 here as support. 20 starts to hold a support. May start looking for a position. ALLK still going straight up. All right, let's go ahead into the hour chart. You can see the overall trend line on SOPA is back down around 15. So could pull all the way back down to there. BFRI having some issues. AERC. AERC, same thing on that trend line, but quite a ways above it. Yeah, calm down, ALK. Calm down a little bit. Hold your horses. See, the top resistance is 1228. Basically 12. Let me pull this up some. Actually 1270. So break of 13, and this then could try to fill this gap somewhat, which is quite a big gap. So we have a downtrend too. It's almost another triangle on BFRI on the overall chart. Yeah, come on back down, SOPA. All of you, come on back down. Give us an interesting entry. And BFRI is not pulling back. SPY looking very bullish. See, it looks like it's going to curl off that 1150 area and have to come back down before it tries to break. And that's what we've been seeing. Every time it comes up to a resistance line, it likes to play around. SOPA's starting to push back over 20. I'm going to start adding a couple of shares here. This 5-minute candle fixing to close. You see how we're trying to push up over that body. Yeah, come back down a little bit more. Let me get it cheaper. Add 10 more there at 20. I want to make sure 20 is going to hold support. Looks like it is. Not too bad there. Might another 10. I'm going 40. If we can see if we can break. Don't want it to drop below 950. SOPA needs to start coming back up. We don't want to push below the body of this green candle. See, as soon as it did, buyers pushed it back up in there. Look at the 15 on this. We're in some consolidation where we got rejected off 20 again. We got to get back above 20 and hold as support. Coming back up for another. Need a candle to close over 20 here soon. There we go. Starting to push back up to 20 now. Come on, get over it. Come on, let's see them bids move up over 20. Got a minute and a half on this candle left. Happy holidays, Lori. What's up, Lauren? Let's go into the 15-minute. Okay, so that's 10-day moving average on the 15-minute is at 1865. Starting to come back over 20 now. Let's see if we can get a close on this candle last minute above 20. Now, if we could just get a pop back up to 22, that'd be $2 a share. It'd be a nice little pop for it to come back up to that resistance. You see it struggling with 20. There we go. Starting to get off of 20 a little bit. Very nice. Very nice. Bam. Very nice. Let's see you keep pushing. See, look at this 15-minute, which has 10 minutes. If this 15-minute candle can push up over 2150, we could see a nice bull move, another leg up. Pushing up to that 21 right now. We want to see it pretty much break smoothly through 21. Not get held up there too long. Getting held up at 20.75 at the second. That's what we keep hitting and getting rejected on. Now, we don't want to see this come back down any at all, because then we'd be able to connect this in a downtrend, and we basically would be forming a little consolidation triangle. I'd much rather see it break out here than have to come back down one more time. I really don't want to lose that momentum at all. Toronto, no, I'm not using the margin account, because the PDT rule, if you're using the margin account and you trade more than 3 times a week, you will get hit with the PDT rule, which usually starts with a warning, but if you keep doing it, they will fine you and possibly restrict your trading access on their platform. So I only use a cash account because I can get around the PDT rule that way. All I do is just split my account in half. So the cash account takes 48 hours after you make a trade for those funds to settle. So If you're trading with 4,000 on Monday, you just trade. If you got 4,000 in your account, you trade with 2,000 on Monday, 2,000 on Tuesday, 2,000 on Wednesday, and that way you can trade every single day. Yep. You got it. All right. Come on, Sopa. We got 2 minutes on this candle so far. We've held good over 20. As long as we stay over 20 here. See real quick, I'm going to pop around, see if anything else is moving. AREC, not really. BFRI, pulling back. ALK has slowed down. So, yeah, SOPA should be getting... I mean, it's already on everybody's radar after yesterday's big rip. So, we very easily could see FOMO come back into this and push it up crazy again. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for traders, retail traders with FOMO to jump back in this and continue to push it. Alright, looks like we're going to test 21 here in the last 30 seconds of this candle. Oh, maybe. We popped up to it and back down to 2050 again. You hold 2050. It's trying to hold 2050 as support. But the candle's fixing to close, so we're closing. Alright, this candle has to push green up over the bodies of these two if it is going to break. If not, we are going to come back down to the bottom of the triangle here, which is 1926. Now we're still looking fine on the 15 minute. We got 5 more minutes on that candle to close. So actually, by the time this 15 minute closes, 5. Yeah, possibly. Maybe then we see the breakout. Come on, Soap. I ain't asking for much. Just looking for a couple of dollars up to that previous resistance. Let's see how we're starting to go down the trend line. Starting to ride it down. If 20 continues to hold as support, but we may be coming back down that 19 area. SPY slowly uptrending. 2 minutes on that 15 to close. ALK, little triangle it's forming right there. Little consolidation. So we're getting close to that bottom 1950. Bought up pretty quick off of there. I'm thinking about maybe adding 10 more shares here. Let's see how this thing closes. So we're opening up right in the bottom of that triangle. Hold on a second. Don't you give up on me now, boy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're just gonna dump right out of the triangle like that? That's a premature dump there. We still had a few more candles. But you can see on the 15 minute where we just came down to the 10-day and bounced off. We can delete that line now. See, how's this thing moved that's in the past? So last so it looks like it is going to pull back to the support at 18.25 possibly. Well, no, actually it may not, because that 10 days at 18.52 on the 15-minute chart. Let's see on the hour chart. Now, if we hold up this bottom here, I am going to add. We'll go ahead and add 10 more here. I'm a little concerned about this upper wick on the hour chart, but this candle is fixing to close. As long as it closes higher than where it's dropped to. I'm going to have to cut this loss if it drops much more. Really needs to hold up here. Okay, very nice. We are holding up 1850 so far. And this 5-minute candle is fixing to close. So as long as on the next candle we start pushing up, we'll be okay. But if we start dipping below this candle, then it's probably over with. At least for now. Okay, starting to push up there. Can we get a quick rebound over 19? Come on, you're so close. Get back over 19. If it fails to get back over 19, then it is going to give up. Yeah, see there, we got pushed back down. Getting rejected off of 19, that's not good. Let's see. Good morning, Simple Life. BBJ, you said PBR. I don't know what's going on with PBR. It's not on my scanners at all. We'll take a look at it in just a second. What's up, Mike B? Good morning, Lightning Rick. It's a very vague statement from you, Daniel B, about averaging down. Yeah, SOPA may be done. A big spike up to 22. I thought maybe we'd keep continuing to try to climb, but we're really struggling now to hold up whatsoever. BFRI, everything down there at the moment. PBR. It's got this downtrend. It's got a break about 11:30. There's your uptrend. So it's in this long consolidation wedge. As far as it breaking out today, probably not. I don't really see a reason for it to. Just need some news or something. Alright, this candle has to push green. If we have another red candle down right here, I don't know if there's a specific name for this pattern, but having a big red candle followed by a little red indecision candle and then getting followed by a bearish one down, that is definitely going to lead to a drop. So this candle cannot come under 1836. It has to stay above. And we are rush. That was close. As you can see, we're right at that 1830-40 area. It's turning green and red, flashing. Let's see. We're going to bounce here. Okay, there we go. What's up, One Life? You know, I'm just doing my thing, man. Just hanging out here in a triangle like I am every day. Waiting on triangles to do the thing. See how we're fixing to close on this hour chart, because we only got 4 minutes for the hour chart to close. Just trying to close above that 836 area, 1836 area. Yeah, are you gonna give up here? Lot of indecision here. Buyers cannot step up. We're going to see this drop. Get off of that area. The fact he keeps struggling with 1850 as resistance is also concerning. Let's see if we can get through it this time. Nope. Yeah. About that to drop this. Trying to get a last chance to hold 18, and that is it. In case that was just a little shakeout there. We've been seeing a lot of little shakeouts, so I haven't put a stop loss in quite yet. I do have my finger on the trigger to sell if it cannot rebound right here. Alright, we got 2 minutes on a minute on all these candles to close, so let's see. See if we start to turn directions on this. Okay, there's a little bit of buying, but not much. Alright, so see here on the hour chart, we've opened up right below that candle. We're struggling to hold 18 though now. We need to hold 18. So what's the bottom of that one? 762. Let's go on a 15-minute look at it. You see on the 15 we're right below. There's some support at 1769. Maybe I've got this, I do have this line wrong. So that's where the support line is at. Way down here. Now if this support line cracks, it come all the way down to 662, which is a possibility because we've been just selling off the last 5 candles straight. And I kind of have held this a little too long from my initial entry. Just a second, guys. Let me look at this. Yeah, that's very strong support where we're at now. It was resistance all day yesterday and today until it broke out over that. So if that previous resistance can hold as support, then this should technically hold. Big indecision day on the 4 hour so far. Getting ready to cut this loss. This thing does not show any green here in a second. This is another play dumping. SPY still going up though. Sopa may just have been up too much. Thought I had more room to climb, but alright, so we are seeing some buying come up off of that. That's what I was looking for. Got 30 seconds for this 5-minute candle to close. Nope, we need to get back over 18 here. We don't want 18 to hold up as resistance for very long. It needs to break down and hold us some support. So we are starting to kind of curl down into the tip of the triangle. We didn't just keep going straight down, which is a decent sign. We're staying above that 10-day on the 1 hour. Sure looks like we may break back above 18 here. I'm actually going to add 10 more here. Bring my average down some more. $17.58. There it goes. It's starting to push back up. Nice. Alright guys, I'm going to take a quick little break while this is still consolidating. Now we got one more day tomorrow, don't we? What's today? Oh damn, today is Thursday. I thought today was Wednesday. You right, Lauren. See man, that's why you gotta keep me in check. That's why you're great, Lauren. Damn, I did not know it was Thursday. Well, yeah, then there's no market tomorrow, no stock market tomorrow. So this is the last day of this week for me to try to make these losses back up. And I've pretty much went all in on this play at this point. Looking for a break of this triangle, or at least to pop back to the previous high. I'm going to take a break real quick. I'm not going to put a stop loss in quite yet. Well, actually, I'm going to put one under 1750. In case it has a quick pullback or anything. And I'll be right back, guys. We're just barely holding up here, but still back above 18. Me not knowing it was Thursday and thinking it was Wednesday, I have a little bit of a different mind state on Fridays normally. So I should have had that Friday mind state for today. But again, my own stupidity may cost me. I mean, we're still in this triangle. But if we don't start coming back up here soon. I mean, we had a little pop back up for a second, another little push there, but both wasn't able to hold up here. We are in getting close to the tip of this triangle. This looks very close to cracking. Because what we want to see is it start turning green right here and break up out of that triangle in the next 2 or 3 candles. So this candle's got to hold up. On the hour chart, we are holding that support still, and the 10 days there. So that's where we're seeing that buying come in. But these buyers are get tired if we continue to have selling pressure right here at this area. Daniel B, you don't know how to lower your base price? What do you mean? I thought you were a trading expert. How do you not understand that buying more shares at a lower price is going to bring your overall price cost down? It's pretty simple. Simple concept. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Taranti. BBGA, you're talking about SCPL. I'll throw it on the list and we'll go look at it in a second, but I can't look at it right this second because we're right in this tip of this triangle where we could be popping out or we could be dropping. The overall price action over the last 2 days is pretty bullish on this 1 hour. So it just needs to hold the 10-day and get that nice bounce very shortly. See, all these buyers keep pushing these candles back up over 18. Selling volume has slowed down quite a bit, but that doesn't mean anything yet till we get up out of this triangle. Yeah, the support, it's looking strong so far, but like I said, we don't want to see it test this support too many times because then them buyers will get tired of trying to hold it up. More buyers are basically on the sidelines right now waiting to make sure that this is going to hold up. So if it can hold up and start pushing back over the 1850 area and testing that trend line, we could start to see new buyers coming in. There we go. Starting to get a little push up to 1850, getting close. Buyers still not able to hold 18 as support. We may be cracking here. Let's see the buyers did not hold up 18 and gave up right there. So they're going to need to keep coming back in. If they don't, then that means they've given up and this thing's going to crash. Okay, so they did come back in, trying to push it all the way back up to 18. Oh, a little sneaky candle there, little wick to freak people out. Let's see if it's going to break out now, since it just faked everybody out on that candle. I bet a bunch of stop losses got hit with that one little wick down. Perfect triangle pattern. Just needs to break it. Bids are trying to stack at 825. So buyers trying to push it up to that new support level. The indecision is real with this play. So much indecision over the last 30 minutes at this price area. No, I got a stop loss. My stop loss is right up under. I put it a little bit lower than 750 because that was what my concern was. Is this thing throwing a wick down, because it is low float and it does have quite a bit of volume on it, so it can do that. It'll throw a crazy wick down and stop you out. So that's why I put it just a little bit lower. In case it did that. Buyer's still trying to hold it over 18 here. Look on the 15-minute. We really need to shoot up here. Add 10 more. I think I used all my funds. Yeah, I only got 97 bucks left. It's not enough to add 10 more. I could have 5 more, but then I'd have like a little, like to try to get to sell the position. I'd have to make it on 65 or whatever. Did anything else ever start popping? ARC, nothing. That PBR is doing nothing. SCPL, very bearish. Just hit a low of the day, so I had a little bounce off there so far, but I wouldn't expect too terribly much out of that. BFRI is holding its trend line so far. It could crack that. We know how it likes to crack things. And ALK did get another little pop out of that triangle, but pulling back at the moment. So still, a lot of the attention is on SOPA today. Even though we're pulling back, like I said, look at the daily chart, we've been uptrending. And we can really see it on that 1 hour chart. If we're going to be able to stay bullish, we are like one more candle away from this triangle of consolidation making with SOPA making a move. Could be to the downside though. Like intraday, it doesn't look great. Hour chart, it looks pretty damn good. As long as it's holding above that 10-day. Because the hour chart is a longer time frame, it is going to be stronger as far as your support and resistance and indicators. Jerry, so here's my thing with triangles. I've seen descending triangles break out. I've seen bull flags break down. I've seen wedges go either way, ascending, descending. It really all doesn't matter about those specific names. They're all just triangles. So what we know is a triangle is just consolidation. It's just a stock consolidating before it makes its next leg up or next leg down. So as long as we're in a consolidation and the consolidation continues to hold up, whether the triangle is pointing downwards or not, if there's a support area like we've got here in the 1750 area, it doesn't really matter. A lot of times I see, like I said, I've seen descending triangles go the other way. So I can sit here and name the names of every triangle specifically, but to me it's really irrelevant. The point is the price action going to show that it is coming to the upside out of that consolidation, or is it going to show that it is coming to the downside out of that consolidation? And that's really the only important part. Whether it's, descending, ascending, any of that doesn't really matter. I would imagine SOPA's heavily shorted after the run it's been on. It's been on a real nasty move the last week here. I'm going from $3 up to this $22.34 today. We are starting to test the triangle here. Let's see if it can break out finally. It's trying. It's been curling up. Yeah, well, I mean, the move from yesterday could have already been a possible short squeeze. We could just be continuing today because it's already made a big move. I'm just looking for a continuation move. Oh, just all right. So we're starting to get a little pop out of this. Starting to break the triangle. We threw a little candle up. Now we want to make sure this is not a bull trap, and we want to see it continue to push up to 19. So we're still struggling to try to hold 1850 as support. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe my trend line may be slightly off. Let's see. No, because even if I did that way, it's still showing it's breaking right now. I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, that's the accurate trend line. Still testing, still above it. Let's see, we got 30 minutes on this hour chart here. Preferably, we want to see this hour chart candle get up over 1925, the tops of these bodies. So 30 minutes for this to move up to over 1925. That is plenty of time if it can continue to push. But because it is the last trading day of the week for the stock market, there is a possibility as the day goes on, we see a lot of volume come out of the market because swing traders are more than likely not going to be swinging over a 3-day holiday weekend because a lot can change in 3 days. Yeah, see, Orlando's been swing trading and he's out of everything. And Orlando, are you planning on putting any money in anything for this weekend to hold it over this 3-day weekend? Oh, come on, Daniel B. You got to be joking, man. You got to be trolling. There's no way you could ask that dumb of a question. In the last 2 years of 2020 and 2021, what can happen in 3 days? Hell, I don't know. The whole world can end. That's what. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What fantasy world do you live in? Exactly. Exactly, Orlando. Market too volatile to be holding after 2 big bullish days. Definitely holding over that 3 days. Yeah, go look at the spider crawler index that you know the exact name of, but apparently doesn't understand how it works. Oh, come on, Daniel B. Come on. The price may not change over 3 days, but if anything happens at all, President Biden dies or comes out and says something, or Jerome Powell dies or comes out and says something, there's 1,000 million different things that can happen over a 2 or 3 day span of the market close. And just because the market is closed doesn't mean that that's just going to magically go away when the market opens. It would dump. Come on, man. You got to be joking me right now with this. With this, you're just running out of stuff to troll. Yes, it does, Simple Life. Yes, it does. Okay, Daniel B, how about this? You go ahead and throw your whole account on the line today on one swing trade, and let's see how it turns out on Monday. Since the prices don't change over the weekend, it doesn't matter what happens over a 3-day span. Go ahead, throw your whole account on something. Let's see you do it. Let's come back Monday, see how it works out for you. I, yeah, I mean well, That is true, partly, Jerry. It could come out and the media could push it and make it sound worse, but they have no science, no nothing to back up that the Omicron is deadlier than the regular variant. It's more transmissible, but it has lighter symptoms. And if you read any PR, none of them say anything about how deadly it possibly could be. All they talk about is how transmissible it is. Okay, well, good, Daniel B. I'm glad you got three positions. You got 13K in the market. You're going to hold over the weekend. Hopefully it works out for you, bud. Now, if you're talking about long-term investments that you've been holding, we're not talking about long-term investments. So we're talking about swing trading, Daniel B. So I highly doubt you have 13K in positions open for a swing trade. Yeah, exactly, Jerry. Exactly. Politics and media want fear, and that is exactly what they're going to do and what they've been doing with the Omicron. But like I said, the reason why you know Omicron is political is because it is a whatever, I think, Greek alphabet or Greek number system that they're using for the viruses, and they didn't want to use new because it sounded like oh, it was a new virus, and they didn't want to use the number after that, which is XI, which is President Xi Jinping's how he spells his first name. So they didn't want to offend President Xi Jinping by naming the virus XI, and that virus starting in China. So they politicized the hell out of it. It's all a bunch of horse shit at this point. And they know it is. They're just scaring anybody they can to believe their little play so they can keep pumping out more pills and booster shots and all this that Big Pharma's making a ton of money off of, Pfizer. And I guarantee those same politicians who are pumping and pushing all this nonsense probably have some money in Pfizer. I would, well, we know Nancy Pelosi will do it. She don't even care. She straight up said. She said she she actually had the nerve to say it was a free market and that she don't care if she's a politician or anything. She should be able to trade and invest how she wants. So, golly, man. That's what that no, Orlando. Don't even argue with Daniel B. Let him have his 13K of mid positions. What did you midterm positions? Let him do it. He's a big boy. He's an experienced trader. He thinks he knows everything. Let him hold that 13K over this weekend with a choppy market at the end of the year when everybody sells off for taxes. Like I said, maybe it'll work out for him. He knows what he's doing. I don't know what positions he is in, but he ain't worried about this 3 days over the holiday weekend. He ain't worried about nothing. You gotta remember too, he doesn't believe that the market is going to do anything. He thinks it's going to keep going up. Also doesn't know what white papers are, but yet is totally against cryptos. So, there's a lot of things wrong with Daniel B's perspectives when it comes to markets. But he thinks he's right. Let him have it. Let him get it. Let him put that 13K in there. I mean, I'm not telling nobody not to swing over this 3-day weekend. All I'm saying is a lot can change in 3 days over the weekend. That's all I was saying. A lot of swing traders, they ain't going to hold over 3 days. We're almost back up to 19. We're slowly coming up out of this triangle. Not quite getting the big pop I was looking for yet. But we do got to get on the hour chart up over the tops of these two bodies. At that 1924, we are approaching 19 now. Let's see if we can push through it. We'd like to push right through it and not get held up here. If we get held up at 19, that could cause us to be even slower moving. So we are testing it. Hey, you got me there. I definitely didn't know what day it was. That was a harsh burn, man. That's, I don't know how I'm going to go about the rest of my day after that statement. You just stung me in the soul with that one. Me forgetting something? Oh my gosh, how could that ever happen? The pure shame of my memory failing me one time. That never happens. My memory never fails me. I've been defeated, guys. Daniel B has put me in my place. I'm going to go and sit down and think about my life now. It's changed my perspective on everything. You can say all kinds of things and do what you want, and it doesn't matter. Nice, Orlando. Nice job. Nice job, buddy. Up 20% this week. There you go, buddy. Why does it matter if somebody's $1 million investor or they've invested $5? It's their money. Who is not concerned about losing money? Go ahead and raise your hand. No matter what your account size is, no matter, how many positions you have, how long you've been trading, who here is not concerned about money? Who's here is not going to have any concerns whatsoever about losing money? Especially in a volatile market like we have right now. Because Daniel B seems to think because you guys don't have millions of dollars to trade that your money is irrelevant. That's his perspective. So if you're not a big trader, you shouldn't worry about it. You should just throw your money all around the market. And I agree, One Life. I was hoping to not have any trolling, but, Daniel B, old Grinchy Poo here, 2 days away, 3 days away from Christmas, whatever, and he's back in here talking nonsense. He couldn't... Man, you keep coming back. After that debate, Daniel B, I would have crawled in a hole. Like, if it was me, I probably would never came back to this channel after getting roasted like you got roasted on live stream on that debate. So I don't know, man. You coming back in here still wanting to smoke. You wanting holiday smoke. But unfortunately, Daniel B, I've already roasted those chestnuts on an open fire, so you can go ahead and sit down. Anyway, back to trading. I ain't going to pay no more attention to that nonsense. So, let's see what else happened in the market while SOPA is still trying to figure out which way it's going to go. The fact it wasn't able to break over 19 is quite concerning. So gotta adjust the downtrend some. We want to see it continue to hold 18. ALK. Looks like garbage on the hour chart. It's hard to see on this hour chart. Oops. Even at 15-minute charts, really not giving me. Okay, well, right there's the uptrend on ALLK for the day. As long as it holds that uptrend, it can continue to run. Get up on out of here. ARC's trying to get back above, or actually it's trying to hold 15 now, but not looking too great. Yeah, see that PBR play, it's just not doing anything. It's just going sideways. And more than likely, yeah, it's because the SPY's going a little side. You're wilding. You are wilding. Holding the 13K position over a 3-day Christmas weekend when the SPY looks like this. Oh boy. Oh boy, man. Look at that. 4 days in a row of the SPY going straight up after a pretty nice pullback. Going to be running into this resistance the third time. Another rejection there. The market could drop all the way back down to that 450 again. Yikes. Now, BFRI is still holding in its uptrend in this triangle. I need to adjust this trend line a little bit. How about right there? Yeah, see that CCPL, SCPL, whatever it is, got an uptrend, but got a lot of resistance. It's running to right at this 1320, the bottom of the gap. If it could break that, it could fill that gap at 1372, but that's about it. So you really only got maybe 50 to 70 cents, possibly. And on SOPA here, if 18 can hold, we should see it curl around and then break out. If not, if it doesn't hold 18, it's going to come back down to about 765, test that 750 area, and could either dump or try to come back up. We're getting very close in the tip of this triangle. The triangle is actually off a little bit now that we have another point of connection to connect that downtrend. What the hell did I just do? All right, let's go hop over. Let's see. Nice, Lori. Nice call out there. Light and Rick, you're loading up on kittens and unicorns. NFTs, is that what you meant to say? Daniel B., I'm not the one saying I'm a great trader or pretending to know everything. The words great trader and me have never came out of my mouth. So I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about right now. But if you're interested in what I pulled out of my bank account and how much money I make, I can hook you up with my accountant. You can talk to him because I don't do my own taxes. So you can go see what he says about how much I made. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you, Daniel B. You guys might be great friends. So you see we did crack below 18 back all the way to this bottom. Buyers trying to hold it up again. We need to stay above 18. Damn, it's almost 11. I got a call at 11. Alright, while this is finish this thing, I'm going to hop into the indexes and just a couple of the cryptos just to see how Bitcoin is doing today. We got everything up today, it looks like. Oh, yeah, very nice. Very nice. Bitcoin still holding at 49,000, looking bullish at the moment. Looks like it's about to shoot up out of this triangle. And Ethereum still just consolidating. Now, where's those index funds? Dow Jones having a little pop up today, but if it cannot move, just looking at this jobless claims right there, hold steady in line with expectations. I don't know what their expectations are. Gold back over 1800 again. Nice. Silver trying to get back over 23. We got a nice U shape on silver. I'm going to grab some more silver. I haven't bought some silver in a while. It's about time to buy some again. Oh, actually, if I adjust this on the move over. There's the actual downtrend on the SPY. Yeah, oil pushing on up. Up, and look at there. While everything's pushing up, the dollar looks like it's about possibly ready to drop out of this. I just got stopped out. Oh, yeah, so nasty loss there. I wasn't dumping out of the triangle. Could not break to the upside, but it didn't hold that 18 right there, which is what I was concerned about. So nasty little loss here today, adding to my red week. It's a red holiday week. But I will be back Monday ready to make these losses back. BFRI not looking too bad. Oh, ETF? What are you sorry to hear about, Simple Life? I didn't see. I was just reading the comments. Lightning Rick, what unicorn and oh, I think I understand. I think Lightning Rick, you were making a joke, right, on the unicorn and kittens ETFs. I do agree, David Davis. I do spend too much time with the snarky comments. That's why I'm just going to ignore them the rest of the day. I actually do got to get going here in about 5 minutes. But I completely agree. Oh, man, no, don't worry about the red week. Like I've had nothing but green weeks besides like one little red week the last 2 months. So I mean, one red week, I am down. That loss, that win yesterday. I am down. I'm down about probably 260, 275 on the week. So it's not, it's not a good week, but these weeks, I mean, sometimes it happens. And the losses I did take on this week, I held way too long looking for rebounds. This is not the market to be doing that in. It's too volatile. Because where my entries I'm getting in at, like on this play, let's just cover this play real quick. Let's go over it. So, and I'm just going to remove all the lines so we can go through here, except for the uptrend. So we look at it on the hour chart. That trend line was way back down here where it last bounced. So with the rip that it had yesterday, it came way off of the trend line. It tried to hold support about, what is that right there? I'll just say it's about 1550 because all those wicks are all crazy all over the place. Bam. So it tried to hold that support through pre-market. Still a ways off of the triangle. Holding that 10-day. We got to bounce off of the 10-day right there before market open. And yesterday. And then we had that big explosion. And then here in pre-market, as we were going sideways, the 10-day came back up, caught up with it. It bounced off of there again into market open, and then looked like it was going to go real bullish. That right there is what got me in. Seeing that it had pushed all the way up to that 22.34. Now it probably going to come all the way back down to this support at 1550 and test it. But it's really close to the trend line as well. By the time it does get all the way down there, the trend line is going to be about 15. So with that trend line not buying on the trend line, looking for a continuation rip here, may not have been a good idea in the volatile market we are in with the entry I took. So overall, looking very bullish on the hour chart still, even though it had a pullback because it's still above that trend line. But where I got in at, looking at the 5-minute chart versus the 1-hour chart, this entry is way off of support. This is the trend line. This is that hour long time frame strong support. And it actually tested it back there early in pre-market. But I bought after this initial big rip looking for it to continue, and I bought in this little curl up. So the moment, knowing that we have the trend line way back here, the 10 EMA on the 1 minute, not on the 1 minute, but on the 1 hour, it's starting to form a little double bottom on the 1 hour. It may start rebounding now. But buying up here, I should have cut this loss as soon as this candle pushed back down through. Right? Should have been out of there, because I'm buying up too high looking for that continuation run. So there's no reason to risk any more money than you need to when the price could fall all the way back down to here. We didn't really have any other support other than this one support line and then this big space to 16. So we want to see, like right here, we would want to see this candle, instead of it go red and bearish, we wanted to see it go bullish. That was the plan. That's what we were looking for, and it didn't happen. So that would have been the place to get out there. Soon as this line cracked. Now, if you were smarter than me, which is not hard to do, it's not a big bar to jump. It's a pretty low bar. If you're smarter than me, you would have waited, knowing that this is a more risky play to get in here when you have a whole bottom that it could fall through, than if you wait and got in on the trend line or down on this stronger support. So it's possible it could try to build new highs here. And if it does, that would be a better sign. And in the short term, you'd want to see this cross back over the 18. But buying in support, if you didn't buy the support here, then there was no really reason to get in up here, unless you're looking for a continuation, which that continuation cracked down immediately. We did have another support line here, and actually this is a second area I should have got out of. And I hate saying woulda, coulda, shoulda, but for me to teach, I have to. So it's aggravating, but it is what it is. So if I didn't lock out there, see, I added right above that support. I absolutely should have locked out when it started coming back down and cracking this trend line, which I did get stopped out, but my stop loss was a little bit lower than I don't know. Stop loss wasn't terrible, but with as many shares as I bought and continuing to hold it down as it's stair-stepping down, as you can see, it's just clearly stair-stepping down, I was buying into that downtrending, and it could never get that push back up. Still might, now that we've got more support under us. But through here, not a good idea to hold. I just continue to hold a falling knife. And continue to bleed out more and more until my stop loss got hit. So we were building lower lows in the short term, but technically at the moment we are building a possible higher high long term. But simply enough, I should have played this off of the hour chart. The 5 minute is good for entries and exits, but overall price action on the day, we can see it on the 1 hour chart pretty clear. And this big pressure of selling, this big wick, should have been the number one indicator that this was going to pull back. So be sure to look at your longer time frames for the overall trend and price action, because these overall time frames will look different than they do on the shorter time frames. But now that I have these, let me turn this off too so it's not distracting you. Show trades, apply. But now that I have these laid out exactly almost similar, you can see where all these 5-minute candles actually make this little formation on the hour chart. But longer the time frame, stronger the support, the resistance, stronger the trend, stronger your indicators. Those short time frames, even though we're day trading on the 5 and 15 minute, they can get you into place too early and get you out of place too early. So if you're having a problem with that, then you need to be looking at the higher time frames and basing your entries more off the higher time frame support than just the 5-minute support. Exactly, Orlando. Jerry's stock is schizophrenic. Definitely has some issues. But, alright guys, I gotta get going. I am past time for this call. I haven't received it yet, but I'm sure it's coming any minute. So, I am going to hop off here for today. We'll be back next Monday for more livestock trading. I'm going to come back, try to get these losses made up and get back green. And yeah, if you don't join me anytime before then, because I am still doing live streams on the crypto channel, the crypto updates every day at 4:30 Central. You can come check those out. There is some more content will be out on the Framework Fortune home channel over this holiday. So if you're just down into the stocks, don't worry, I've got more lessons coming. But if you are in the cryptos and in the NFTs, come join me over at Framework Fortune Crypto. And if you haven't yet, go check out frameworkfortune.com. It's free. Just sign up with email and there are no paywalls. And we are building that site out, getting some activity going on in there. One Life's in there, H&H Trader, Lauren, Lightning Rick, Orlando. Plenty of traders, Dom. So a lot of information you can use that site for. But we can't leave this live stream without everybody saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, which some of you have already started. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you. Be on the lookout for a possible giveaway this week on the channel. Could be a sneaky video come out if you want to play a game. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.